Hello everyone, welcome back on the channel. Today I have received a new delivery from China with some stuff that I ordered, and one of these things I want to show you. I want to share with you. Actually, a couple of things. This is the first one, and it's in this box here, and it's something that works in conjunction with the FT-857 or 897. So without further ado, let's open the box, and as you can see is the external meter for the radio. Okay, so this is the item itself. It comes with this single wire with the 3.5 jack, which is the one that is accepted by the radio. Dimensions of this box: almost 7 centimeters, about almost 7 tall, so or 7.5. Cable itself is 47 centimeters in my case. Here on the back, a hole for an adjustment. This is the front panel. It's made for YAESU FT-857, FT-897. And what else you have? You have the signal scale on the top. You have the power scale here on the bottom of the top scale. So 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Then you got the SWR scale with this green band, which allows you to identify easily visually, especially on the car, because I'm going to use this on the car as I use my 857 on the car basically. So in the green zone up to 2 it's okay, and this is very useful especially because the SWR of the 857, the SWR meter, doesn't show you the real value. You got a bar, an SWR bar on the left, but it doesn't tell you if it's 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, whatever. You can kind of figure it out, as I said already on a previous video, but this is much better. And down here we've got the modulation in percentage, up to 100%, and then we've got the volt scale. If you select the you want to see the voltage if you are running on a battery, but you got this information on the display of the radio. But anyway, you have this option, and you can choose whatever you want to display in transmit or on receive. And finally, we've got the discriminator for FM. So if we are centered on the station, this should be on the 0, and it moves left and right as we move away from the center frequency. So it helps the operator to tune a signal. Okay, let's have a look now at, let's connect it to the radio and have a look how it works with the help of the Marconi test set. One last thing I want to show is the weight, and this unit is 270 grams, which in pounds, for those interested in, is, well, actually in ounces, is 9.5 ounces. Okay, before I connect the instrument, I'm gonna enter the menu and have a look at the setting for the instrument. Here you go, menu 60 for the RX side, and you can change it to whatever you want it. Let's put it off for now. And menu 61 TX side, I will put it off as well. I'm on 14.2 megahertz with the Marconi, and also with the radio. Actually, I'm gonna move 1 kilohertz away. I'm gonna go into the RX menu, and let's see what is the first setting we have. Okay, the first setting we have is full scale. As you can see, the radio is sending a voltage for the full scale deflection. And as you can see, it's going too far. This is not nothing. This is showing the voltage. As you can see, because it's not calibrated, we are showing a voltage of 15 volt, but actually it's 13.8. So in order to have the right indications, first I need to calibrate the instrument. I had to open the case because just pushing the screwdriver in without looking, I bent a little bit the potentiometer. As you can see here, is a multi-turn, and I couldn't reach it anymore. As you can see, it needs to have the legs a little bent. It's okay like this as well, no problem. But it needs to be a little bent in order to be centered. As you can see now, you can see here, now the screw is really aligned with the hole. So let's go ahead and try and calibrate this. So once again, full scale by the menu of the 857, and you see that it's going further much. Pretty much right there, actually a little less. Because of the parallax, I see better than the camera, and it's good like that. Okay, so let's start over again. Full scale. I know I have already noticed that the movement of the needle is very very slow. Probably changing the capacitor should improve this behavior. I think it's too much. But for now, let's first have a look at the instrument and see how it reads. So what we have after that, voltage. Okay, voltage should be around 13.8. Yeah, it's saying 14. 14. Yeah, close enough. And what comes next? Center. Okay, this is for the FM station. Well, in fact, from the previous setting, for SSB, the generator is 201. If I go 14.2, as you can see, the needle comes back to 0. As we move away from this frequency, +5, yeah, it's close. If you go the other way around, yeah, it's okay. Let's see the next setting, signal. So if we go back to USB or CW, let's go on CW. Set the level with my Marconi, set 36 dB micro, which is S9 here. What do we have here? Okay, we have a little more. As you can see, we have S9 plus, yeah, almost plus 10, between 5 and 10. So that is a little bit too much. So probably the full scale needs to be readjusted. I don't know which full scale should I take. I went naturally on the plus 60. Let's see. Let's go down for an S9 signal. Okay, this is S9 now. This is still S9, but we lost the bar, so the signal dropped really. If we go down, S8, S7, S6, S5, still high readings, S4, S3, S2, S1. So we have a little high readings. So the radio has been calibrated already in the S meter. So if we go S9, 36 dB, if we readjust now, let me try this way. Okay. Now, let's see the increment in 10 dB steps. And we go up by 10. Okay. 20. Yeah, that's okay. 30. 40. 50. Okay. Well, actually, well, I would say that the inaccuracy is not by the meter, but it's by the radio. It's from the radio, because if we measure the voltage itself coming from the radio, we see that the voltage driving the instrument is not that precise. And also, when you align the 857, the service manual says that full scale is 86 dB microvolt. That's 50 dB over S9, because S9 is 36. So it brings ideally the full scale to 9 plus 50 instead of 9 plus 60. Okay. So I guess I'll try and find a compromise here. If I go back to full scale, what do we have now? Okay, as you can see, we got plus 50. It's not precise anyway. So yeah, let's go back to signal and let's start over again. 36 dB S9. Let's see. I also want the some sort of matching between this one here and that one there. So S8, that's okay now. S7, it's fine. S6, it's okay. S5, that's a jump of the generator. S4, okay. S3, S2, S1. When I get S1, the meter starts moving, and when I go over S2, it goes a little further. It's okay. It's close enough. It's close enough. So let's check again the last part of the scale. 36 dB microvolt. Let's go again. Plus 10. Okay. Plus 20. Okay. Plus 30. Plus 40. And here is indicating 35. Plus 50. And here is indicating just a little bit over 40. And this is plus 60, indicated by plus 50. That's fine. That's fine. Let's say that up to 30 dB is okay. It's quite okay. Yeah, we're gonna check the TX part now. For this, we go on menu 61. Then we have modulation, and after that we have also ALC, which is, by the way, not shown as a scale in this meter. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. About 50%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. As you can see, one important thing is that this external meter has an independent setting from the internal one. So right now I have the external set for modulation and the internal for SWR. So we can monitor two parameters at the same time. So for example, SWR, how well you are in the car, just to check if anything is happening with the antenna. And on the other side, maybe ALC or modulation. Or a voltage if you're running on a battery. So ALC, test, hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello test, ALC is moving a little more than modulation actually. And the last one is power from 100 watts. I see 104 on the Marconi, but there we see 80 watts, 80 watts instead of 100. Let's go on 80. Marconi is showing 80.7. This one is showing 65. 51 on the Marconi, 45-ish here. 20. Again, Marconi is showing a little less. 20.2, and we are close, so it's more accurate on this lower part of the scale. I see I see 10.8 on the Marconi. Indeed, we got 10. Let's go down to 5. It's 5.5 on the Marconi, and here it's showing actually a little more, showing something like 6, between 6 and 7, I would say, being 5 the first mark. Okay, so it's pretty inaccurate on the higher part. Okay, now for the SWR test. As you can see, I am testing an SWR of 2 on the same frequency, 14.2. We are basically there, 97 ohms, resistive, no reactance. I have connected straight away this 100 ohm termination, and I'm gonna do the same now with the radio. For that, I had to reposition a little bit the radio. As you can see, just a couple of adapters. And if I transmit now with 50 watt, 50 watt, we have almost 2 basically, and the first bar on the S meter right here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a 150 ohm load just yet. Still ongoing project. I need to build it. And the coupler of the radio is not very sensitive, so if I lower the power, the indication will be less. 1.4 here, you see, with 5 watts. Okay, last thing for this video, this meter. I'm gonna open it. I want to try and change the internal capacitor in order to change the RC time constant, and see if I can improve, if I lower the value, and if I can improve the response, which for my taste is way too slow. But before we do that, let's connect the radio to an antenna and see how the signal moves under real conditions. Let's go on 40 meter band. We are on AGC fast. The AGC has an influence on the meter as well. So on fast, the meter the voltage is moving faster than on the slow setting. So we can also see that difference. I'm gonna put the microphone closer to the speaker so we can hear and look.
Noi mandiamo affari politici là sopra, questi mariuoli autorizzati, se li sono tutti mangiati quei soldi. cosa è successo? È successo che adesso devono pagare i contributi per noi, quelli che lavorano per noi, dico io sto ancora lavorando. Io i contributi che pago li pago per chi già prende la pensione, non per me stesso. Prendo l'idea? Arriverà il momento in cui non basterà neanche questo e non ci sarà proprio neanche la pensione con questi ladri maledetti che noi mettiamo al governo, con questi mariuli autorizzati. Prendo l'idea, tesoro.
Okay, this is a 220 microfarad, and I'll take it out now. I'm gonna try these two.
Adelante Anastasio, 5-2 San Juan, 6-2 Charlie, Charlie, cambio. Vale, muy bien cambiado. Pues mira, te voy a decir dalla finestra dello blog del campo, qui dalla finestra, vedo il mare, capito? Io vedo il mare, tu vedi le piante, io vedo il mare, a te vai. Hein. Et il y en a en Allemagne, il y en a en Suisse, il y en a en Italie, il n'y en a pas en France. Bon, ça c'est comme ça. Mais donc ça existe. Les aigus, nada. Personne n'en veut. Bon, voilà. Donc, bon, on va dire que là, c'était la dernière achat, la dernière acquisition de chez aigus. Parce que l'appareil me plaisait bien, il était pratique pour faire des modes numériques. Mais comme je considère que ça ne me correspond pas, parce que maintenant j'aurais plus confiance dans un appareil qui me lâche comme ça du jour au lendemain, sans aucune raison, à son retour de réparation, bien je le vendrai et je le céderai parce qu'il n'est pas question que je conserve un machin pareil. Voilà, enfin, c'est mon avis, ils m'ont déçu, ils m'ont voire même dégoûté, hein. Voilà. Au cas, bah tu vois, on donne tous les deux dans le son. Mais toi, c'est plus donc la prise de son et musique. Moi, c'est pas du tout ça. Moi, c'était plus la sonorisation et puis me faire plaisir simplement dans une pièce en nochmal wieder Betrieb zu machen. Ich arbeite so etwa mit 500 bis 600 Watt in den Spitzen ungefähr in mein Dipol-Element. Und mit dem IC 705 in Kombination mit der Expert. Ne? Und da kommen dann so bei etwa 6.
Now I'm gonna do a quick test. I have the board here without any capacitor, and as you can see now the meter is moving quite freely. I'm gonna just push over the two pads here, the three different values, and see how the response changes in order to make my choice. I'm gonna put the original cap, the 220, and we see how it behaves. Remembering we are on fast. Now I'll put a 100 micro. Now I'm gonna try a 47 macro, which I think is my favorite.
Giorno, cioè è cominciato verso mezzogiorno, magari ha piovuto, che ti posso dire, 10 minuti, un quarto d'ora, leggero, leggero, e poi smettevo, poi per fare un po' di sole, e invece è così, ho fatto tutto il giorno la musica così. E domani sarà uguale, ecco, domenica no, da domenica c'è sole, miglioramento, domenica, lunedì, a parte poi mercoledì vado giù a Pistoia, qui chiudo, poi per mercoledì e giovedì facciamo i preparativi, insomma ci facciamo i bagagli e venerdì mattina partiamo per Marina di Bibona. Ecco, volevo appunto chiederti Daniele, ma detto vieni in Toscana, ma dov'è che vai esattamente? Perché io vado lì presso un residence lì, proprio lì a Marina di Bibona, si chiama Camping Esperidi, che poi esattamente dalla spiaggia, io non lo sapevo neanche, il notte ci andai, a distanza di quanto? Di 1,5 chilometri c'è anche la villa del, del signor Grillo, capito? Perché lì è una bella zona, è una bella zona perché è un po' ventilato, capito? Di a Marina di Lisbona, e allora come dire, si accudisce bene il caldo, capito? Quando è un po' ventilato, perché io preferisco il freddo al caldo, però purtroppo ci vuole anche un po' di mare, un po' di iodio, da respirare, e un po' di tranquillità, perché qui dove mi trovo.
I'm gonna go for the 47 microfarad. I think is my favorite one. The meter is closed again, and I have opted for the 47 microfarad, as I said, and I think I like the response in fast and slow.
Ich kann mich auf 17 Meter funken und du nicht, ne? Und 17 Meter, das ist nun mal das klassische Band für den Rechtsschuher, ne? Für den, der sich gerne unterhalten will und nichts mit diesem Kontext zu tun und Teil ab und so weiter Mut hat. Aber es kann ja sein, dass dich für sowas interessiert. DL4 MCD DK5DR. Ja, also interessiere ich mich nicht. Aber die Logperiodik habe ich genommen. Und achso, zunächst, Jürgen, ich weiß nicht, ob du dich verabschiedet hast oder noch weiter.
As you can see, even on fast, the needle can't quite catch up. It's not fast enough. Even with no capacitor, it wasn't. Just because of the angular momentum of the needle itself, the inertia it has. So I think that is the compromise. That is a good compromise, at least for me. So I think I'm quite happy with the result. So overall, I paid €16 for the meter in China, and Yeah, with this little modification, is okay. The price is cheap, so I think it's worth it if you think that you're gonna need it. I bought it because I was curious to try it, and also because on the car I'm gonna put it aside of the speaker, so the external speaker. So I'm gonna have visual indication of important stuff like SWR. That's the main concern, at least for me. So that's all for this video. I hope that was helpful, and thank you for watching. And see you next time. On the next video, I'm gonna take a look at the crystal oscillator, a TCXO, which I bought in China as well, cheap as well, and gonna have a look at how it is, how it performs, and if it's worth it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.